This is The Process Shot. I'm Michael. I'm stuck in a haunted movie theater, and after seeing this movie, I'm glad it gives me room to walk around. Elevator to the Gallows is a French crime drama from 1958 directed by Louis Malle that looks at a murder plot gone wrong and the rippling effects that one decision makes upon others. It begins with Julian and Florence, two lovers who plan to kill Florence's husband, who is also Julian's boss, and from there move on towards a new life together. The murder is a success, but Julian forgets to clean up completely and makes his way back, leaving his car running. Unfortunately, on his way up an elevator, the power is cut for the weekend, trapping him inside. His car is stolen by a young couple who take it on a joyride, and Florence notices the car as it drives by, assuming Julian to have abandoned the plan and her. From here, the four characters only continue to snowball further into complicated matters of love, death, and freedom. In terms of pure structure and story flow, the movie is masterfully crafted. Everything that happens within the story comes as a result of something which has explicitly come before it, and leads directly into another event. It's a giant cascading chain that feels completely natural and gives off tension as the story progresses because of how much the stakes at play continue to grow, and how any avenue for escape from this series of events seems to dissipate over time. It may seem like an exaggeration when I say that the movie's story flow is a masterpiece, but given how many other movies I've seen in the past fail to adhere to some linear structure, it's nice to have some sort of reprieve. I will say that it doesn't feel entirely logical, at least only because of the characters involved, and most of all the young couple whose motivation seems more based upon impulse than anything more deeply emotional, which in its own way contrasts Julian and Florence's affair, but still feels more annoying as they make things worse for themselves and others. In any case, the movie still has more in its favor than against it, including its intermittent musical score, with slow and sulky jazz instrumentals featuring Miles Davis on trumpet, which gives the film an overall somber tone, much unlike any other kind of movie within the genre. Elevator to the Gallows keeps primarily to film noir conventions, but it does offer a few different concepts that push the film into a different direction, one which could easily be seen as a precursor to the French New Wave. These are most apparent in scenes with Florence, who spends most of the film in a daze walking the streets of Paris looking for Julian, monologuing her thoughts of desperation and lamentation in her head. These scenes and other moments within the film where she's lost in thoughts of love are stylized very differently from the rest of the film, which is otherwise presented in a more realistic manner. In a sense, it invites the viewer into her head as she tries to understand and come to terms with what she's seen, even if she doesn't want to believe that it's true, and with a raw feeling in its completely natural lighting, coming from the nightlife of Paris and its shops and clubs. These scenes depart from the tension of the other characters and drift through the city streets as Florence almost stumbles around blindly. These scenes almost end up being the most interesting part of the film, or at the very least they come out as being more interesting than what else goes on with the others. It doesn't quite make up for the movie's other faults, but it puts it in a position where it's clear that it wants to add more to the genre than other movies might have strived to reach. Not only is Elevator to the Gallows entertaining enough on its own, it's easy to see how this could have been, or outright was, an influence on later French films and their artistic choices. Elevator to the Gallows, Louis Malle, 1958. 4 stars. I recommend giving it a watch when you can. That's it from me. If you liked this review, leave it a like. If you didn't, leave a comment. As always, subscribe to the channel for more reviews. I gotta find that list of movie soundtracks to get on CD or cassette. This movie's going on there for sure. Actually, did I ever write that down in the first place?